Welcome back, Kult of Athena Blade Reviews, Lords of Battle, Medieval Huntsman Dagger. This one's pretty sweet. It actually comes unsharpened, but guess what? We sharpened it for the video. A little bit of a longer dagger. It comes also with a leather scabbard, leather sheath, however you want to call it. Used for a horizontal carry as well, stitched up. Take a look at some specs on it, some up-close looks. And we'll also actually do some cut testing with it. We actually don't really do a whole lot of daggers, and this is a pretty sweet design. So let's see what it... All right, overall length of this one is a little bit over 15 inches. We've got this little loop right here. I don't really think you would really hold it like that, to be honest with you. It's obviously just like a more traditional design. You can flip it if you want to get fancy. And then blade length itself, I almost forgot, blade length itself is 10 inches on this slightly swept back blade. Try to say that 3 times fast. And we also sharpen it as well and kind of clean up the edge. These come unsharpened, but you can get the sharpening surface added. Just click the link in the description below this video. It'll take you to cultofathena.com, and boom, you can add a sharpening service. Just give us another couple extra days, depending on if it's a holiday season or not. Kind of bear with us while we work through that. So working with this blade, it's obviously a knife. This could be a utility knife. It's high carbon steel, kind of a rough edge to it, rough flat to it, so you can see. That's not rust, that's just not polished. It's not all cleaned up and everything. So it's actually purposely done like that to look like a very old, like antique dagger, basically. Single piece of steel, which is awesome. I don't like moving parts as much as I can. I'll do full tang with anything I can as far as blades go, especially small knives. It's wrapped with leather, so around the single piece of steel, you got a full grip. So if you want to hold saber grip, a full hammer grip, doesn't matter. You got that wrap as well. You can hold in the reverse grip if you really want to. If you want to slash with it, if you're looking at that as well. If you want something cheap, inexpensive rather, price point that has some good weight to it, maybe a utility tool. I wouldn't pry anything with this, but if you're doing any type of like slicing or even medieval reenactment, this is a knife for you. So the Medieval Huntsman Dagger from Lords of Battle also comes with a leather sheath. This is for an appendix carry. As you can see, I'm sure you can modify this and get a whole new scabbard altogether. You could also wear this just on the back. So this one will be carried about right here. So you can see as it comes through, that would loop through, you'll be able to draw it. Bam, now it comes out. Pretty sweet, it's out of your way, especially if you're in full reenactment gear. You don't have to worry about that being in your way or falling out if you're kneeling or whatever, rather than it being here or like off to the side or something. So, pretty cool blade. Let's do some up close looks at it, some specs we just did, and then we'll do some cut testing. Let's get to it. All right, so weight on this blade, on this knife, is 14 ounces. Like I said before, it's obviously, if you're looking at this as more like self-defense or rather than just a utility tool, obviously you have slashing with it. Knives are primarily for direct thrusting and indirect thrusting as well. That was pretty obvious for that, but I just want to let you know the weight on it as well. Single piece of steel, like I said. Then let's pan over to taking a look at this up close in the scabbard and then out of the scabbard. Let's get to them now. All right, so from here, this is some up close looks at this, some specs. Now let's take it over to the cut testing. We usually don't cut test knives. This will be pretty interesting. Let's get to it. So that doesn't look as glamorous, but let's actually see what this did. Pretty sweet. Blade is swept back, nice deep cut, slashing it through. I'm gonna do a few different types of cuts on this one and kind of work it out. Can't guarantee it'll cut it in half though, but we're gonna see. So come out, boom, slash that. Got that one. Hit a low one just because. Slash it through. Boom. A little bit deeper on that one. Came all the way through on this one. Hit it low. Bam. Slash it through. With the forehand horizontal. Good. Let's hit the backhand horizontal low. Boom. Coming through. Another good cut. Hit the vertical. Let's make it dramatic and let's have you guys see what I see. As you come out, boom, all the way through. That's a pretty good one. Slash it through on the other side, all the way through. Sorry, Austin. Boom, all the way through. Get broken. Get broken. You get the point. As you come out, pretty much tore the shit out of it. But you can see, very powerful in the slashing. Not as like direct as some of the slashing with the sword, but you do a hell of a lot of damage with this thing. It felt good in the hand. I actually like this little notch thing because right at forefinger and thumb, because of how I hold the knife is in saber grip. You can go on a hammer grip too. It's going to be the same result. Keeping in mind that knives are really for thrusting anyway, but if I was just to sit here and thrust this, you get really bored really fast. So keeping it also entertaining for the video. Somebody's going to ask, so I'm just going to do really quick. One or two in the reverse grip, just so you can see what it's like. As we come through, we come out to slash it. A little bit of a slash there. Flip it up. Try it again. Come through on the other side. Slash it. Boom. As you come through. Got a little bit on it. Let's do another one, the tight one. Come through. Boom. Slash it through. Yeah, still split it open. It's pretty cool though. I actually like the verticals and all the best. Thanks for joining me for this blade review. Lords of Battle, Medieval Huntsman's knife. We saw some slashing with the knife, which is something we don't usually do. Worked with the Tommy mats. High carbon steel blade, feels really good in the hand. Single piece of steel, really simple design. These come unsharpened. If you want to get a sharpening service, add it. Subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let me know what you want to see in the coming videos in the future, and I will talk to you soon.